scratch because the recording is on, right?
Okay. Today we are going to see the data types, sets, and dictionary, and using modules, and file input output. So this topic we will cover today. Now first see what are the sets. Sets is like a data type in Python, but it's not a sequential data type. It's because it uses a method called hashes. So how to define a set is using a variable. First we need to name the variable, like s equal to. You can create set in two ways, like you can use curly brackets, or else you can use function set function here. Okay, it will create a set object here, and after the set object, in if you want to add some values in the set function, you can pass the values like a list here. In that list, I'm going to pass some values. And one more thing, set will not take the duplicate values. If I give 10 here another time, it will only take the once. So it will not take two tens. So it's not take duplicate values. And if you print the set, it will not always come in the sequence that we are given. So we are given like 10, 20, 10, 30. It will not come always the same sequence. So like before I said, it uses a hash method for that. So now you can see the duplicate 10 it's not coming. Okay, it's a set. How you can create set? You can use curly brackets also create a set, and it's an object. Okay, set is an object. So it's also have some functions and attributes here. So add function, add will add some values in that set. If I want to add 60, it will add 60. So that 60 is added, and we have like clear function will clear all the values inside the uh, set. And if you know the set of uh, like difference and union difference, like the like that in you can also use in our set also. So if I create another set here, set 2. Okay, we have two sets. If I want the union, you can just set 1. So set 1 and dot union of set 2. In that function you need to pass another set. It will give you the union operation. So union operation will add all these values in here, but it it not add the duplicate values. You see here, so it's not comes like a sequence here. So it will fetch whatever the value is coming. That's what the set is. And we have another different operation. Difference. In the difference, we need to pass another set. So it will give you the difference operation. So different operation are like what are the values in that the same values in the two sets. It will ignore that and take the values in the first set. So let me remove this 10 here. So let's see here. So we have some uh, in 20 here, but 20 is not in there. So it will take that value, and 10 is also is not there. So if I put 10 here, sorry, 20 here, will not have 20 here because it will ignore the same values in the two sets and take the values in the first set, ignoring the same values. Okay, it will take the other values in the set 1. If I say set 2 dot set 1, we say set 2 dot set 1, it will ignore the same values as well as, and it will put all these values in the first set. So we are given the first set here, so it will take the values inside the first set only. You can see here, so it is giving me 40 to 10 50 90. Okay, and another we have intersection. Intersection will give you only the same values in the two sets. So here we have same values in two set 20. So it will give only the same value. So you can see here why 60 is coming is because in this set we don't have 60, but we are adding the 16 here. So that's why we have 60 here. And also we have another function called semantic difference. Semantic difference. Symmetric difference, what it does, it will ignore common values in the two sets, and it will take all the values in set 1 and set 2. Before difference will not take the second set, but semantic difference will take the both two sets, uh, ignoring the same value. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ignoring the same value means, suppose in this S set we have 20 and S2 set also we have 20.
Yeah, that is the same values. In two sets, if you have the same value, that will ignore. So in here we don't have 20 here. So that is ignoring the 20.
Means it won't print the 20.
Yes, yes.
0 times.
Yeah, yeah.
Means totally it will ignore from the set.
No, not like that. It will give another set only. So this operation will give another set. So it is giving me another set, not deleting the value. It's just creating another set and putting the values, all these values like 10, 30.
No, sir. No, sir. What I'm asking means while the output is coming, 20 will be printed or not? At least one time I'm asking that one.
No, in the semantic difference operation, it will not give you 20.
Only not repeatable values should be printed in the semantic difference. That is a major thing here.
I will make a
Okay, I need a small clarification. In
yes,
what way,
I will draw and tell you that.
in real time, in what situations this type of semantic difference can be implemented? Can you give a small example in a real time manner?
Yes. So before that, I will draw and here. So like this is a set one. Okay, it's a set one. In the
Okay.
set one, we have some values.
Hmm.
4, and we have another set B.
Hmm.
So here set B. It also
Hmm.
have some values here.
Hmm.
If the same value came here, so the 7 is common for two sets. Okay,
Okay. Hmm.
common for two sets. The semantic
Hmm.
difference, what it does, it will take all of these values in here and in here. So it will ignore this value. That's the
Common value.
operation of semantic. Yeah, that's the operation of semantic difference.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, this understand?
Yeah. Yeah. I got it.
And one more thing, we have using the set, we can just filter duplicate values here. Yesterday, we saw a problem like filtering the list,
Mm-hmm.
deleting the duplicate values. We can do with the set in one line.
Hmm.
I will show you that.
Hmm.
So this is what the code is. So we are just filtering the list here. You can see 10
Hmm.
and 20 are occurs two times. So we are just deleting the duplicate values here. After that operation, we will get the filtered list. So this operation we can write in set in one line. How we can use that is just create a set here, and using the set function, if you pass the li, it will give you filtered list. If I run this, you can see here. So that is filtered. That is a form of set. We can also convert the set into list using the function list. So this is how it look like. Okay, you understand this?
What I got it means duplicate values are not allowed. That's only
Yeah.
thing.
In set, duplicate values are not allowed.
Hmm.
And
Only
also is in different sequence you can see here. So this is different sequence and this is different sequence.
order is also not featured in the
Yeah.
respective.
If you see
Correct?
in list we can also access the values by using index values. But in set we cannot use that. It's because the sequence will continuously change. Okay, that's what we don't use indexes here.
Okay. Okay.
Like the set also we have one more thing, that is dictionary. It's very useful for us. If you say, if another languages we have like switch case,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, switch case we have. For the switch case, we can use dictionary in Python. We don't have switch case in Python. For the switch case, you can use dictionary here. So that is a so we can create a dictionary. This also same curly brackets only. This also uses curly brackets, or you can use a dict function. Your so in here, switch case, what it does, first we need to put a case here. So in dictionary, we can use, for case we can use any values, like we can use integers here. So I am using 101, that is an integer. You can use a case like this. 101 is a case. Let's say 101 is a case. For this case, what you need to do? First, we need to put colon here and 101, and we can pass a value for that. So in Python, it's called key value pair. So it is a key, and for this key, we have a value. So this key value pair here, and we can give multiple values here. Let's say we have, and if I print it out, so now it is printing 101 Irfan and 102 Murugan. So in here, how you access these values? Using the keys, you can access the values. If I want the value of 101, if you want 101 value, you can just in the square brackets, you can give the key. If you give the key, it will search for this key and get the values from that key.
Okay.
So this is also not using index value. So it is just using the key value to access the value. Okay, this is using keys here.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. In the dictionary, how many values we can allow? Means n number of values can be kept in the dictionary.
Yeah, n number of values you can use.
Okay. If we have the n number values,
Yeah.
suppose you have 102 means we can write 101, 102. If we have the n number of things means, how should we want to print the respective output?
Yeah, I will show you that using the for loop, you can achieve that. I'm just telling how you can access specific value, and after that I will tell you how you can get the key and value, all of the n number of values. Okay.
Yeah.
So before that, we have a function in a dictionary. Dot put dot, and you can see function, all the functions here. We have a function called items, which will give you key and value as a tuple. Okay. In that list, it will create a list. In that list, so it is creating a list here. In that list, we have some tuples here. If you have a number of values, it will give you a number of tuples. In that tuples, we have two values. That is, one is key and other one is value. So you can just get the values from for loop by using for, and you need to use two variables here. It's because we are just getting the tuple here. So we need to separate those values. One is key and one is value. For using, we can use a variable. For key, we can use one variable, and that is value, let's say. And in, we need to use this function. It will give you list no. So this is a list here. If you loop through the list, it will give you one tuple. First, let's say it will give you one tuple. In that tuple, we are going to separate key and value. That's it.
Can you repeat it again?
So this function will give you a list of the key value pair in the dictionary. So
Okay.
if you are look throughing the list here, in that list, for each key value pair, we have a tuple here. Okay. From the tuple, we are just separating those values and putting the values in the two variables, key and value here. Okay.
Can you show you an example? Means taking the same example, whatever the dictionary you had taken, you just 10 values. I mean, 101, 102, 102,
Yeah.
from XYZ. In that
Okay.
manner, you will display that respective. It is a very useful and
Yes,
it will be a clear manner. Na?
yeah.
Hmm.
See, we have 8 values here.
Okay.
If I run this,
Mhm.
we will get the values like this. So we are separating key and values from the dictionary. So first key would be 101 and the value would be Irfan. So it is printing like that. It is loop throwing 8. Okay.
I got it.
And we have some
Suppose
more use.
if I want only 108, means we can we will provide 108 days. That's it only.
Yeah. That's mean you can just provide
Means
or not.
what I'm asking, from 104 to 108, I need it. I need the data. Whatever the data you had provided in the dictionary, I need from 104 to 108. How should I want to represent the respective thing?
For that, you can do one more thing. Like we have another function here for just getting the keys only from the dictionary. If you want only the keys, you can just separate the keys only. After separating that, whatever key you want, you can just put in a list here, and after that you can use this. I will show you that how you can do that.
Means what I'm asking, I think you got it, na? I means predictive values only. I need the data. Means 104 to 108 or 102 to 104. In that manner, how should I want to filter the data in the dictionary?
Okay.
Uh, like that, I need.
You don't know the key only. Okay. You don't know the key. Uh, I think we can use a slice object, right?
Pardon?
Slice object. Slice
Okay.
means it will just give you this from I will tell you
Okay,
that
okay.
what is.
Got it. Uh, like that.
So it's not supporting slices. Yeah, it's not supporting slices.
Okay.
So I will- Some keys I can give like so I think we can't do like that only. So we can just separate those keys here.
Means in Java, I will give a small example. In Java, if we need to iterate, means we can use the respective thing. In that manner, I need it. Why? Because my client requirement is I want to print only from 104 to 108. Why should I want to waste that memory by printing 102 and 103 and 104? So that is a waste of use and waste of time. For execution also, it will take a little bit of time. So why should we want to? We can consume the time as well as memory too. So in that manner, how should we want to print 105 to 108 in the dictionary? That is my question.
If you know that dictionary, sorry, if you know the key, we can do like that. If you know the keys, whatever keys, if you know, we can do for loop.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we know that the for loop means here sequential manner is there. 104, 105, 106, 107. Means a repetitive manner is coming here consequently. If we don't have a consequently, and also we need the data only from sequential only, you can display the data. Means 104, 105, 106. Like that also I will satisfy. How should we want to print from predictive values 4 to 5 or 105 to 110 like this? That should be error.
Yeah.
That is my question.
No, I think we can't do like that.
Okay. Let it be. Let's continue the respective class. I will also try. Okay.
I think we can do one more thing like here. If you want from 101, so
You are using the range function here.
yeah,
Okay.
you can use like this also. I think
Okay.
you use like this. We can get like that.
Okay. By using the range function, we will print the data.
Yeah. The
It is
respective range. You can get the data from respective range.
but it is not getting the key value as a key value pair. No? I need the data as a key value pair.
Key value
101 Raju. Yeah. I need in that form.
We have key. No, I is a key. Here I is a key.
I think in the console it is not showing the key and it is only printing Naveen, Kumar and Khalil.
No, if I print the key, I'm not printing the key. If I print the key, it will show.
Okay. Try to print the respective things.
Just now it's showing 104 Naveen, 105 Kumar, 106 Samir. You get it?
Yeah. Thank you. What is the I indicate for?
I is the key only. I is the key. We are getting from the key, from I value, we are getting the value here.
Okay.
I'm using this method. Okay.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I mean, we are using the range function. With the help of range function, we are implementing the whatever the data we need the dictionary, we
Yeah,
are implementing.
with respect to the range. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. We have some clear function will clear all the data in the dictionary, and it will only give you empty dictionary.
Hmm. What is the execution engine in the Python?
What? I didn't get it.
In the Java, we have the execution as a JVM. Like that, any
We have Python virtual machine here. It
Python
has
virtual.
inbuilt in Python. We have Python virtual machine. In that virtual machine, it will run the code using the interpreter. You can see my first part of this tutorial. In that, I will explain all these things.
Okay.
So it will clear all these values and it will give you empty dictionary.
Hmm.
If you want to remove only the selected items, you can just delete it using del, or else you can, if you want to delete multiple items, you can use pop here.
Hmm.
Say 101 if I give, so it will delete the 101 key value pair. So it's deleted 101 key value pair. So that you can use, and you can also use del function, delete keyword also.
Hmm.
Delete keyword also like that only. So it removes key value pair from the dictionary. If you want to add another key value pair, you can use two methods. One is, first we need to give the key here, whatever key we want to add. Just say I want to add not one more time. After the deleting, I'm going to add one more time here. So equal to, I need to give some values for, and it will add. So it's added 101 F1. This is the first method to add values, and another method we have using a function called set default. Set default can pass key value here. So it will add the value. If you want to add multiple values, so now I'm adding only one values. Set default, and it will add only one values. If you want to add multiple values, you can use some one function we have, update. Dot update. In that dot update, we need to give like a dictionary format only.
Means set default is only allow only one key
Yeah,
value pair.
one key value pair only. Update will let you add multiple values.
If you want to add the data to the dictionary, we need to use the function called update. In that, we can use n number of values as a key value pair
As
for
a
the.
key value pair. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is added. So these are all the functions in a dictionary. So any doubts in here? In here, any doubts from the dictionary? Yeah, you get it
As a
now.
dictionary part, okay, I can got it data.
Okay, we shall move on
Hello,
to the. Yeah,
hello,
yeah. I'm here. I'm here. You. It's audible.
hello.
Yeah, I am
Yeah,
getting
it is
your
audible.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say I'm having a dictionary here. In that dictionary,
Hmm.
I'm passing some values. Uh, say I'm having three data here, and one more dictionary I have here. Let's say this is a passenger ID and this is a passenger name, and that passenger is going like HYD. 101 is going HYD Hyderabad, and 102 is going Delhi, and 103 is going TN. Okay. So you have two dictionaries here. The first dictionary contains, let's say, customer ID and the customer name, and second dictionary contains customer ID and the customer where he was going to. Okay. What I need to do is I need to input a let's say ID from the user. From the user, I need to input the customer ID. I'm going to input the customer ID here. So this will come in a string format. We need to convert it into integer. Okay, I'm having a customer ID in this customer ID variable. What I need to do is for this customer ID, I need to print the customer ID. Let's say 101, and I need to print the customer name. And one more thing, I need to print where he was going. So these three things we need with using this customer ID. So, we can use this as to make complex and using this So I'm using the key as the customer name. Okay, I'm not using customer ID. Now I need to print the customer details here. Okay, how you can get it from the dictionary? We need the value here. So customer name we need. It's very easier. Customer ID, and we need to print the customer name. How you can print the customer name? Just use the dictionary pick one, and we need to pass the customer ID for get the customer name. After getting the customer name, we need where he was going. So how we can get using this? We can get from the dict two. Inside this, I'm going to pass this. That's it. So if I print 101, it will give you the details. Let's say I want to work with one or more times. Sorry. Let's say option. Option is the user option. Let's say yes here. Whenever the option is yes, then do this. Do this all things. And after printing that, we need to ask the user if you want to continue or not. So using the while loop, I can get multiple users data. So now I'm printing 101. So it will give me the 101 details, and it is asking me I want to continue or not. If I put yes here, and it will ask one more time customer ID, and I'm putting 102. So it is printing the 102 details, and I'm going to print one more time yes. 103, it will print to 103 details. If I put no, it will exit from the loop. Okay, so you can understand this. Let's move on to the other. Now we are going to see the modules. So what are the modules is whenever you write a program in a file, that is a module. Okay, it's a module. You can use this module in another program. So this becomes a module for this program. So how you can use the modules? Let's see an example here. Let's make a function here. Printing good morning. I'm writing the function in the sample 16 here. So mostly sample 15 here. I'm creating new file here. So I'm going to use this function inside this program. How you can use is in Java we have import statements like that only. In Python we have import. So whatever module you need to use, just import that from using the keyword import, and after that we need to give the uh, name of the module. Let's say sample 16 here. So I'm imported sample 16 here. If I run this, so successfully it's imported. After importing that, how you can access this function in this using the name and then put a dot here, and it will show you what are the functions available in that module. So I'm just using this function sample. If I run this, it will print good morning. So it is printing good morning. So you can see here reloaded modules. Like whenever you run this program, it will reload the module that you imported. Okay. Say I'm creating another function, order event. It takes one parameter and it needs to return true or false. If that A is even, then return true. Otherwise, return false. Okay. How you can check is if use if and A percentile by 2. So it will give you the modulus of this dividing. And if that 0, then the number is even. Just return true. So if that condition true, then that number is even. No. Otherwise, return false. I am passing 10. It will give me true or false. That is even. It will give. Sorry, we need to print that. It is returning to that. So we need to print after that. So now it's printing true. It's because 10 is an even number. So I'm importing the whole module here. So I'm not just uh, in some modules. If you want the specific function only, I want let's say I want order even function only. So it's reloading. Or if I import sample 16 here, it's reloading all this module. It is running inside that all this program in the sample 16. So I don't want like that. I want just this function only. Okay, how you can do that? Uh, you need to use from keyword from the where module. Sorry, from which module? It says sample 16. From this module, I'm going to import odd or even. So
Oh,
you cannot use this thing.
yeah, got it.
We don't want to use the sample name, and we don't want dot here. Just put odd or even and 10. So you can just use this function directly. Okay. Reloaded
Okay.
module, it will only uh, import this function only, not the whole module. Just it will print. Sorry, it will import odd or even function only. Okay. Let's see some inbuilt. We have in Python. We have some inbuilt modules that are very useful to us. So one is random random module. Random random module is to generate some random values. Randint it will give you random integer with the respective range. Say I'm going to give 3 comma 10. In the 3 comma 10 in between, so it will give you some random values. If I run one more time, so it will give me different value. So let's use of random generated values. And if you want to interact with the Windows OS or another OSs, if you want to create some directories and manage the files, you can use the module called OS. That is very useful. OS. If you want the current working directory, you can use the OS module to get the current working directory. Get the CWD, which is current working directory. So now we are in the D folder class 2. So you can see here. Now we are in new folder class 2. This is getting get CWD will give you where this file is running, from where this file is running. If this file is available on another folder, it will give you that folder path. Okay. If you want to create a directory, you can use .mkdir, where we need to give some name here. So let's say sample. If I run this, so it is created the file. You can see from the file explorer. So it is created a sample folder here. You can see that. So it is empty. It is created a directory. If you want to remove the directory, rmdir to remove a directory. Let's command this because the folder is already created. If you create one more time, it will give you an error. So it's removed the sample folder. So rmdir is removing the sample folder. Let's say if you want to count how many files are there in that folder, whatever folder giving, in that folder, what are the files count, and we need the folders count. Before that, we can list the directory. List directory means it will walk through the folder and get all the names of the files and folders. Let's say I'm creating a list here. os dot list directory, and we need to pass the directory. So I'm going to pass this path. Copy. We print the list here. It will give you the list of file names and folder names. What is Unicode? So escape character, error of escape character. Can use slash. It's because slash n is the meaning for new line, so it will not support that. That's because you cannot. You can use the slash. So it is listed out all the files here. So we can see all the files and folders here. So list directory is used for that. One more we have walk. Whatever files and folders are in this folder, in this class 2 folder, it will give you a list of file names and folder names. And one more we have walk. You can just for loop, use the for loop. Say I'm going to walk through So what will the walkthrough does is it will go through the, if you have another folder here, it will go to the inside and it will get all the details. If in this folder we have another folder, it will go to that folder also. So it just create a list view, sorry, a tree view of that. The list directory will only give the folders and the files name in that specific folder only. But what it does, it will go inside that folder also. It will get that file names and folder names. So that's what walk does. Okay. So using this, we can count the file names and folder names inside the inside this directory. How you can check whether this is file or not? So using the extension, some extension is there, that is file. No extension, that is a folder. You have one more function in OS module that will check whether the given path is file or folder. So that is inside in the path module, and we have another this file. This file will check you whether the given path is I'm going to give this path. So this is false is because this path is a folder. If I give slash sample.py, it will give you true because that is a file, so it is giving me true. Using this, we can count the folders and files inside the given folder. So let's see what does. let's take a variable here, file count. Initially file count is 0 and folder count is also 0. We will increment the values and we need to input the path from the user. So let's take a path variable. So we need to ask the user to enter the path. So user will enter a path here, and after that we need to list the directory. So let's say for value in, first we need to import the OS module to list the directory. Inside the OS module we have list directory. List directory of path. It will give you an list here. So it is a list. Let's say it is a list of these file names. So the value first will contain even a folder name or the file name. The value is, we need to check the value is a file or a folder. How we can check? First we need to use the module os.path dot this file. In that this file we need to give the file name. Don't just give the file name, give the whole path. So for that we can use path plus value. So whatever path the user will give, just add the path with the file name or folder name. So it will check whether this file or not. And we need to increment the file count. That is 5. We need to increment the value. So put another condition, elif is dir, and we need to give path plus value. If that is a directory, then increment the folder count. After that we will print the folder count and the file count. And that's it. If I run this, I'm going to give this path here. So it's because that path is here. So path is like the colon slash new folder slash 2. But after that we are adding the value. We don't add the value. Just before that put a slash here. Now it become to just add the slash here. After the slash, it will add the file name or folder name. Give the path like change the slashes. So now it is giving me 17 files are there and one folder is there. So one folder that is 5H and 17 files. You can see that example 17. So 17 files are there and one folder is there. Okay. Now from this, if you have any doubts, you can ask, and from this we can end the session. Any doubts?
Any doubts you have, please ask or please chat us. So we'll be able to help you right away. Like bigdatahandson.com. Irfan, you can just unshare your screen.
Okay.
So this is bigdatahandson.com. So you can see that, so the previous videos, you know, like it will be here in this in this site. No, it's our home page. So you can see all those videos here, or in this menu. If you go in this menu, it is just getting opened up, and you can just click on the uploads. Then you can click on meetup videos. Then you can be able to see all these videos which is here. So here, no, you can see that yesterday's session, that is the 25th session is there, 24th session is there. So likewise, no, so 3 parts is there already. So here this is part 1, part 2. So you can see that. Let me click on this pen. So this is part 1 and this is part 2 and this is part 3 of the video. So today, no, it is part 4. So today's video, you know, like you'll just get upload. We'll upload those videos soon, and you can make sure that you can see that, you know, if you are missing those previous sessions, you can see these videos. And any doubts, no, you can just reach us at to us. So tomorrow, no, again by 6:30 to 7:30, we'll be having the session. It will be part 5. So today's part 4 video will upload it in few hours. And you know, like our channel, no, bigdatahandson.com is our YouTube channel. So you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you need. So you will be having all those videos, those big data handson.com. So you can see all those videos there. So in this, no, we can, you please subscribe to our channel, and also you can click on this bell icon. So you'll have all those posts, daily session, no, will be uploaded there. Anything else? I guess that is no doubts, I guess. And is there any doubts which has been shared in our chat? Like, let me see. in log file creations. Irfan,
Yes, I will.
yeah, you will be explaining this log file session in your next session,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Log
yeah.
file
Sure, sure,
creation.
sure.
Yes, Subhash, we'll do it, Subhash. As I guess that's it. So like, let me also share another thing in like one second, I'm just having a call. Hello Dinesh. Dinesh. தினேஷ் இன்னைக்கு செஷன் இப்போ ஒரு 9 மணிக்கு போடலாம், 9:30 போடலாமா? இல் அப்படியா? அப்படியா? ஓ, ஓகே ஓகே. ம் 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 ஓகே ஓகே, நோ ப்ராப்ளம் நோ ப்ராப்ளம், நீ சொல்லு. ம் ஓகே பை. பயங்கர மழை. ம் ஆமாம் ஆமாம், நீ பயங்கர மழை. சரி சரி சரி, இன்னொரு காலில் இருக்கிறேன், அந்த இயர் பேசுகிறேன் உனக்கு. சரியா? ஒரு நிமிஷம். ஓகே ஓகே, நோ ப்ராப்ளம். Yes, and so this is the so here no in these kind of in your groups no, you will be having those agenda, everything no, it will be clearly done. So here no, you will see, you can also see that the meeting IDs, so everything will be listed here. And if there is any other doubts or any other suggestions no, please messages to this number. It's my number, it's Khalil Ahmad, 978-988-424. Whatever doubts you have or whatever queries you have or any other areas of improvement, please make sure that you call my number and inform us. So we would, if there is any mistakes or something like that, we would rectify in our next session. Thank you all. So tomorrow we'll see the same time, we shall see the part 5 of Python. Thank you.